What is going on, everybody, and welcome to yet another episode of the Dome Field Advantage podcast right here exclusively on the Fanatics Network. I am your host, Dylan Abair. Joining me is my co-host, Jordan Johnson. Jordan, before we get into anything Patriots game, Texans game, and so on, uh, how's your Wednesday going?
It's going great, and I'm glad we get to talk about something good this week.
Yeah, we do. Thank God. I was caught up. I was caught up reading the comments as I was talking to you, so kind of caught myself right there. But yeah, dude, I'm also doing fantastic right now. Finally going back to work tomorrow. As people listened on the upload we did last week, I was out of work all week. I was out of work the last 2 days. I had a small procedure done on my toe, but luckily I'm doing a lot better. Going back to work tomorrow, so it's only a 2-day work week, so not too bad. Actually, pretty happy to go back to work, which is weird for me to say, but it'll be a nice adjustment going back tomorrow. So looking forward to that. But yeah, I'm doing fantastic. I'm actually doing very good after last Sunday. Last Sunday was one that we didn't have to stress about at all. It was a stress-free Sunday, something that we 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 didn't have to stress about at all. We didn't have to stress whatsoever. Like, it felt good. It's a very rare occurrence that we didn't have to stress. So felt good, but I'm not gonna get used to not stressing because this upcoming Sunday we may be stressing ourselves a bunch. So as a Saints fan, and to all Saints fans out there, don't let this non-stress game get to your head, because the Saints are just gonna come out and make us all look dumb, because it'll be a close game probably this upcoming Sunday against the Texans. But real quick, let's hop into this game against against the Patriots. It was a fun game, man. Yeah, as you can see right here, we blew the doors off the Patriots, 34-0. Defense looked phenomenal. The offense, for a change, looked phenomenal. I don't know if Pete Carmichael finally learned something about this team, and suddenly the offense was clicking pretty good. Alvin Kamara had a great day on the ground. Uh, I would say Derek Carr had a very average game through the air. I'm not saying he had a fantastic day, but it was a clean game also for Derek Carr. So while he missed on some things, he looked good. So before we get into the game, gotta hop into the chat for a little bit. Got a few people tuning in early in the show. Got Marcus tuning in. I'm gonna do some self-promotion for Marcus right now. Marcus has a brand new show on the Fanatics Network coming out. Plug it at the end of the show as well to remind people. But yes, at 9 o'clock Central Time, him and Freddie are going live on the Fanatics Network right here where you're watching right now. He's going to be live here as well to do SAT Sports. SAT has been going on for quite some time now, but finally I feel like it's getting the recognition it deserves. And Marcus and Freddie are going to have a fantastic show talking NFL, college football, the return of the NHL, some the MLB postseason as well. So yeah, they got a jam-packed show. Tune in 9 o'clock Central Time. Got our guy Justin from the End Time Wrestling Podcast tuning in as well. We miss you, dude. We can't wait until you're back on live streaming with us. That'll be awesome. Got Nick from the Universal Wrestling Podcast as well tuning in. Also, thank you for tuning in last night. Thank you to everybody who also tuned in last night to the Fanatics premiere of the World Elite Podcast. We're nearing our 3rd anniversary of the show, but we had a fantastic show last night. We talked multiple topics, did a sort of like a live reaction to AEW and to NXT, the Tuesday Night War that they went through, even though looking at the ratings, NXT absolutely dominated the ratings as well. Let's see, we got Graydon asking, is Zappy the future, or is it time to get rid of Belichick? That's a tough one. I wouldn't say Zappy's the future of the team because he came in and looked just as bad as Mac Jones did, and it seems like Bill Belichick is kind of a average coach, which is weird to say this. Bill Belichick, of all people, I'm saying he's an average coach, but he has not looked the same since Tom Brady has been gone. He's brought in Cam Newton. He's worked with Mac Jones, and it seems like that Patriots team just can't get going since Brady left. So I don't know. I wouldn't get rid of Belichick just yet because he could bring in a very good quarterback and suddenly he looks like the same old Bill again. So I don't know. It's a thing where only time will tell. I don't think Mac Jones is the guy over there. I certainly don't think Bailey Zappi is the guy either. So I don't know who you go with at this point. It might be a wait till like the draft or a free agency type thing. But yeah, I wouldn't give up on Bill just yet. And got my mom tuning in to the show as well. Always tuning into all the shows we do. We'll hop into the chat as more come later on. But yeah, let's hop into our first topic. We didn't do any topics last week because how frustrated we were with the team, the horrible, embarrassing loss to the Buccaneers. So we do our 5 takeaways from this game. We do the players of the game, offensive and defensive, and then we close out uh, the recap with our play of the game as well. So Jordan, let's hop in to our 5 takeaways. This something we have quite a bit of. We have quite a bit of takeaways from this game, even though we blew the Patriots out. There's still some things to take away from this game, offensively and on the defensive side as well. So 5 on down to 1, Jordan. What are some things that you took away from this blowout win against the Patriots?
My number 5, I got the play calling was better. It was better this week. My number 4, Michael Thomas gets better every week. Like
He
he's
does.
catching the ball, and my number 3, the offensive line held up this week.
Yep. There we go. Yep.
Yeah, they was holding them up. My number 2, I got the offense scored in the red zone without Alvin Kamara and all that.
Yep.
And my number 1, I got the defense played good. The defense played really good this week.
That they did. Yeah. I was going to mention the offensive line on my takeaways, but I figured that you would probably have them, so it didn't pay to start, duplicating any type of things. But yeah, Derek Carr only got sacked, I think, twice, and I think probably both times was because he was holding the ball too long. That's just my opinion. That's something that is a huge flaw for Derek Carr, is that he's holding the ball way too long, and that's a frustrating thing to watch as you're going to be franchise quarterback, is holding the ball too long, and he's making very poor decisions. So, we're a little bit into the season now, so hopefully he fixes the mistakes and he turns into a better quarterback. But my number 5 is I don't normally do this, but I'm eating my words right now from last season about Tyrann Mathieu. We didn't do a show last season, but I criticized Tyrann Mathieu a lot. His first season with the Saints seemed like he was either missing tackles or he was just playing god-awful defense. And I got to say right now, I'm eating my words. Tyrann Mathieu is playing fantastic at safety. He did not record a tackle, but he recorded a pretty crucial play on defense and getting that pick 6 versus Mac Jones early in the game, which got the Saints' first 7 points in the game. So, I don't want to regret saying this because I don't want him to, later in the season start playing terrible. But Tyrann Mathieu right now is making me eat my words. He is playing fantastic this season, and he's given me that vibe of like his prime LSU days when he was playing just phenomenal over there. Obviously, he's not LSU Tyrann Mathieu anymore. He's gotten older, but he's playing great. He's playing that great safety position, and hopefully he can continue that sort of play going forward. Number 4, Blake Grupe, our rookie kicker, is really making up for that that miss against the Packers. He missed like a 40-something yard against the Packers, which resulted in us losing the game against the Packers in a game we shouldn't have lost. Because looking at Green Bay's offense right now and just looking how they're playing as a whole, they are playing like shit. And seeing us lose to them in the way we did, we lost Derek Carr in the game and seemed like the whole team just gave up and we ended up losing to them. Grupe was 2 for 2 on his field goal tries, which also included a 54-yard field goal. So he did that. It was in the wind because you saw their kicker trying to kick, and that shit went far left. The wind was blowing pretty heavily, and Blake Grupe did fantastic. And Yeah, so hopefully he build on this confidence, and maybe when it comes down to a moment where we need him for a game winner or even a game tying field goal, he's not under that pressure to where he feels like, oh, I can't make this or something like that. So credit to Blake Grupe for getting it together and being perfect on Sunday. Number 3, I'm gonna keep on drilling this until something finally happens. But this is another week where we just refuse to activate A.T. Perry. A.T. Perry's a rookie out of Wake Forest. He was a standout in preseason, and he has been a scratch every single game this season so far. He has never been activated and is becoming very frustrating as a fan to see this. And the reason why I'm saying this is because we are choosing to activate Keith fucking Kirkwood over A.T. Perry. Keith Kirkwood in this past game, 1 catch for 1 yard. That's it. That's all this guy had. 1 catch for a yard. I believe A.T. Perry could come in here and do something better. I don't know. Like, for some reason, A.T. Perry and Derek Carr clicked in that first drive in that preseason game. What the hell's happening now? Like, it's so frustrating to see that you have a really good young receiver in there. Somehow he's not getting any type of playing time. I don't know. Something's got to change with the offense. Offense looked good, but it was the Patriots. I'm not going to get too in over my head with this offense because it was the Patriots. Number 2, another guy I've been calling out, Trevor Penning sucks. I'm sorry. He sucks. He's somebody who I was high on in the first round, but this guy has been a major liability. Whether it's getting beat on the defensive line, giving up a sack, whether it's us gaining multiple yards and it's getting called back due to a holding penalty. I saw that there was a story that was released today that I think he's getting benched. And if he's getting benched, then it's deserved. This guy's been playing absolutely horrendous lately, and something that a team that is so talented on paper cannot afford to have happen to them. So if the story is true about Trevor Penning getting benched, great. He doesn't need to be out there right now because he's a major liability. This guy, I mentioned, he gives up too many sacks. He gets beat too many times on a defensive line. He has old holding penalties that's causing us to shoot ourselves in the foot. He is a liability. So until this guy can prove something better to us, I think he needs to sit his ass on the bench, and he don't need to come in unless somebody gets hurt. He's not starting material to me. And number 1, we talked about this before we even went live, and I said I was going to mention it before we even got to our topics, but I said, you know what? I'm actually going to talk about them and my takeaways, so I didn't pay to even say it. But my number 1 is that the Saints could have won 100-0. Dennis Allen and Pete Carmichael should still remain on the hot seat. And then, I mean to both of them. We played the Patriots, who are statistically one of the worst teams, if not the worst team in the NFL right now. They are ranked number 32 in the NFL.com power rankings. They suck. They are a terrible team. But I don't know. It's like this game got Saints fans believing again. And the thing is, I want to believe. I've been a fan since I was a child. I want to believe in this offense. I want to believe in this whole team in general. The defense has me believing. The defense is playing out of this world. But we just beat the Patriots. It's not like we went into San Francisco and beat the 49ers. It's not like we went into the Link and beat the Eagles. It's the Patriots. So Saints fans are asking on Twitter, oh, does this mean that Dennis Allen and Pete Carmichael are off the hot seat now? Am I believing in this team again? No. No, it doesn't mean they're off the hot seat. Now, let's say we go into Houston against a promising rookie quarterback in C.J. Stroud and a pretty young team who has been playing very good. They blew it against Atlanta last week, but that doesn't matter. C.J. Stroud is really good right now. I don't even think he has an interception this season. If something happens this week where we have this sort of performance against Houston, and then we go on and keep on having this performance, maybe. But right now, as it stands, even though we beat the Patriots 34-0, like I said, we could beat them 100-0, 1,000-0. I don't give a damn. they should still remain on the hot seat as of right now. That's just me. Before we hop into our other topics, got some more people coming in. KPG, one of the newest members of the network, has a show coming out very soon. Very excited for that one. Of course, anybody that's doing work with us, we're always excited to bring them in. Got Kayla tuning in. I know her Panthers once again went down. They are now 0-5 on the season. Something I did not expect. I'm not gonna lie. I did not expect Carolina to be this bad. Carolina stinks right now, and it's just bad. They have the offense, has some good names in there. Miles Sanders, Adam Thielen. I don't think they should have got rid of DJ Moore now, because DJ Moore is playing fantastic. Look at the game he had for the Bears on Thursday. This guy went off. I don't know. And yeah, she says she also wants to believe in Carolina again. Honestly, I know. But I know I told you a few weeks ago not to give up on Carolina. That kind of changed, unfortunately. Speaking of the Bears, got Tim tuning in right after us, 7 p.m. Central. Tim's going on with others for the Tim King Show. Got a bunch of stuff they're talking about wrestling-wise, AEW, NXT, WWE, everything they're going to be talking about. So tune in right after we're done at 7 o'clock. And also, we got Melissa tuning in as well. Thank you for tuning in. And last and not least, we got Tino from Tino's Time tuning in as well. What's going on, man? Thank you for tuning in. Get to more later. But Jordan, let's hop into some other stuff. Let's go to the players of the game, offensive and defensive players of the game. Now, finally, we can actually speak well about the offense, because we did well on offense this week. Something I'm not used to, and something I'm not going to get the hang of, because like I said, we can come out next Sunday and look horrible once again on offense, and we're all going to be having the fire and pitchforks out for P. Carmichael again. That's just me. But offensive, who did well for you this week? Who's someone that you're highlighting?
I had Derek Carr.
Okay.
With he was 18 for 26, 183 yards and 2 touchdowns.
That's good. Yeah. I'm going with the new touchdown king of the New Orleans Saints. He just broke the record. Alvin Kamara went 22 carries, 80 yards, and a score. He also recorded 3 catches for 17 yards. And Alvin Kamara didn't have the greatest game in his first game back against Tampa Bay last week, but Sunday, man, this guy looked fantastic. Once again, I know I'm constantly going to bring it up. It was the Patriots. But Alvin Kamara is Alvin Kamara. This guy, he was rookie of the year for a reason. He's a touchdown king for a reason. He's beaten out guys like, I believe he just surpassed Marcus Colston, I believe was the guy he surpassed, because Marcus Colston made the video during the game that he posted on social media. But 73 touchdowns, I believe now he has on his career. So yes, congratulations to the new touchdown king of the New Orleans Saints, Alvin Kamara. Now defense played fantastic again. Who you got?
I got Carl Granderson, 4 tackles and a sack.
Yes, we have. Yeah, you and I have spoke so highly on Carl Granderson. He just earned a new contract a few weeks ago, and he's actually one that got a big contract and is keep playing well. You see guys getting these big contracts and they start playing horrible. Look how Joe Burrow started the season off. Got one of the richest contracts in the NFL, and he started the season horrible. He just had a fantastic game last week, threw 3 touchdowns, all to Jamar Chase. So, I feel like sooner or later he'll start getting back to normal and he'll start earning that contract that he just got from Cincinnati. But yeah, Carl Granderson earning this contract every single time he plays on a football field. But my defensive player is Alontae Taylor. Alontae Taylor recorded 5 tackles, and even with Paulson Adebo back, who Paulson Adebo still doesn't look fantastic. Alontae Taylor is the guy right now who is just constantly impressing me on the field. He is a reliable corner who match on the other side of Marshawn Lattimore. So, yeah, super proud of Alontae Taylor, how well he's been playing on defense. And, yeah, I think he's going to just keep getting better. Even last season, he was playing fantastic. So, yeah, I could definitely see him just constantly growing every single week. And our last topic regarding the Patriots before we do a little preview on the Texans game is our play of the game. What play stood out to be the one that really made a difference, you think, even though there was really no difference maker? It was a legit blowout. So, I mean, what play stood out to you?
I have to go with the interception, the pick six by Tyrann Matthew. I think that's which one got
Yeah, I
it.
also
Well,
went with the pick
going.
six.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the pick six was great. You know, he's someone, like I mentioned in my takeaways, maybe eat my words. He did fantastic. And yeah, he recorded that was really his only stat was the interception. He didn't record any sacks. I mean, any tackles, nothing like that. Yeah, the one interception was what's the thing. So yeah, but before we hop to the Texans game, you got anything else you want to add on the Patriots game?
No, it was just a blowout.
It was a major blowout. So yeah, let's hop into the Texans game. The Texans and the Saints play this Sunday at 12 p.m. Central Time, as you see on your screen right now. I think it probably on Fox to probably play. I know Saints only play on CBS if they do like an AFC NFC type matchup. Seen that with the Titans, and you just seen that with the Patriots game as well. But yeah, I think it's on Fox this week. So um, or if you have NFL Sunday Ticket on YouTube TV, which I ain't paying that for all that, even though I catch the Saints over here, I'm not paying that fortune to watch all the games. I just rather rely on what I got or like some good highlights I see or whatever. But yeah, this is gonna be a fantastic game. It's gonna be a close game because it's just in Houston. It's the same sort of distance for me to get to NRG, but I'm expecting to see a lot of Saints fans there. Saints fans travel pretty well, and I'm expecting a good showing of the black and gold in Houston. Now, Houston, I, I for one, respect their fans. I like their fans. I like the Houston fans, and I think it's gonna be a fun game. CJ Stroud's fantastic. They got Derek Stingley over there from LSU. It's gonna be great. I'm looking forward to this game. The Texans have been surprising a lot of people this season, so yeah, it's really going to be a fun one. So let's hop into our first topic for this game, and that is your key offensive and defensive player of the game. Who's someone on? Let's start with defense. Who's someone on defense that you're highlighting for a big breakout game?
I got Cameron Jordan this week. Hopefully he can uh, just uh, just get a sack or get some tackles or get a couple of both. Get some sacks and get some tackles.
Yeah, I think until Cameron Jordan finally records that solo sack, I know he got a half a sack last week against Mac Jones. I think until he gets that actual sack, you're gonna keep on bringing Cam Jordan as your guy every single week. So yeah, mine is the return of Marcus May. Marcus May had to serve a small suspension for violating the policy of substance abuse. So he is returning finally to a defense who I wouldn't say really needs him too well, but could definitely use his presence out on the football field. I think Jordan Howden was the guy that's been taken over for him, and he's been playing fantastic. But yeah, Marcus May is definitely going to make a difference on the field this week. So I'm really looking forward to having him back uh, on Sunday against Houston. So yeah, Marcus May is my guy. So offense is somebody. It's just a whole group I'm looking forward to see if they continue this play. So who are you interested in seeing a big game from?
Derek Carr. If the
Mm-hmm.
if they can if the offense can hold him and give him time to throw the ball, I think he's gonna have a great game.
Yeah, I'm going with Chris Olave this week. And I normally don't highlight Chris Olave at all, but his last 2 weeks have really, really disappointed me. I know he had a touchdown last week, I believe his first touchdown of the season, but he has been disappointing the hell out of me the last couple of games. And When we played Tampa Bay in New Orleans, he only had one catch for 4 yards. Last week, he only had two catches for 12 yards and a touchdown, and he dropped a long touchdown. He came down with it, but lost control of it the moment he went down. So, yeah, very, very disappointed how Olave's been playing lately. He's someone who I've really, really thought high of lately. He started out the year with over 100 yards. Week 2 went a little over 80 yards. Had another 100-yard game, but then, like I mentioned, a 4-yard game and then 12 yards. So that's a huge, like, you go up and then you kind of go down a little bit, but then you go up and then straight down. It's probably one of the worst roller coaster you ever been on. You go up and down a little bit, up and then shoot right down. So, yeah, Olave is someone who I need to see some improvement out of. Michael Thomas has been playing great. You mentioned that earlier. Rashid Shaheed also has been playing good whenever he needs to. Shaheed is not someone that you're expecting like the 100 yards out of. So I'm not expecting that whatsoever, but I'm expecting the 100 or something, in that area of yardage for Chris Olave, not 4 yards or 12. So yeah, I need to see a good game out of him. That's just it. Let's get to our second topic of this little preview part, and that is the keys to a victory. Saints did everything they needed to do last week. What do they do this week to win?
If the defense play like they did last week, that would be big. And the play calling, if the play calling gets going, and if the offensive line can hold up again, I think it's gonna be a good day.
Yeah, I only put three things. Number one, I got no dumb penalties, and I'm looking straight at Trevor Penning if he does play. I don't know how true the whole story of him getting benched is. I know I've been seeing it all over social media. I got quite the Saints following, so I've been seeing all kind of things so far this afternoon about a potential benching or whatnot. If he does play, no stupid penalties, man. And he had two holding penalties kind of late in the game, and each holding penalty, I saw like a smirk come from him. I'm like you're laughing about getting a penalty on yourself. Yeah, I know we're beating the hell out of New England, but still, I don't know. It's like it's seeing someone who's not taking responsibility for his own actions. It's kind of giving me the vibe of, and I'm not trying to go overboard with the vibe right here, but like when Aaron Brooks was there at quarterback and he was throwing interception after interception, and he's laughing when he leaves the field. It's someone who's not taking accountability for any type of their actions. And that's something that Trevor Penning is giving me that vibe of right now. So yeah, no dumb penalties, man. Don't do nothing stupid to cost your team a victory or cost them a touchdown or like a big yardage play or something like that. Don't do that shit, dude. Number two, I got just don't be intimidated by a rookie quarterback. The Saints have been known to struggle with rookie quarterbacks. They didn't do that so much with Bryce Young, which kind of gives me that hope that maybe they're getting out of that little funk of struggling with a rookie quarterback. But CJ Stroud has been playing absolutely lights out this season. So I'm hoping that he can at least make a mistake this week or even throw his first interception against this stout Saints defense. And last but not least, probably one of the most obvious keys right now is no turnovers, man. Derek Carr played a clean game last week, but he also made some very questionable throws, which could have led to interceptions. He had one that could have been an easy pick for the Patriots, but it was tipped by a Saints receiver and it went the other way. Luckily, if it didn't happen, it would have fell straight into the defender's arms. So yeah, nothing stupid, no penalties, no turnovers. Don't be intimidated. Go out there and just play the same game you did against the Patriots. I know that's kind of hard to ask for because this is a different team you're playing against. It's one that actually kind of feel like I have something to play for because the AFC South is kind of up and down right now. The Colts are without Anthony Richardson. The Jaguars got a surprising win against the Bills in London. And then the Titans, I can't remember if they won or lost. I think they lost this weekend. And the Texans just lost as well, but they're playing good. They're playing surprisingly good football right now. So AFC South is open right now, so I feel like the Texans actually have something to play for right now. So don't be intimidated by the rookie quarterback. Go out there, play some good football, and and really just duplicate everything you did last week, and I think you'll be all right. So now we get to, well, the most, I'd say, obvious part of our show, and that's score predictions. I say it every week. We're never going to pick against the Saints. It doesn't matter if the Saints were at the level of the Patriots right now, and we just have no future, no nothing, and we're getting the hell beat out of us. Even though we did get the hell beat out of us by Tampa Bay a couple weeks ago, we're never going to pick the Saints to lose. So, Jordan, what is going to be the score of the Saints and Texans game this Sunday?
28-14.
I got something very similar to that. I got 27-17. I mean, I predicted last week it was going to be a close, low-scoring game, and I was proved wrong. I'm hoping I'm proved wrong again, that we score more than 27 and they score less than 17. But once again, I'm going to keep on beating this in, and this is not the Patriots we're playing. This is a promising young quarterback that is playing well past his expectations this year. CJ Stroud is having a great year so far. So really giving up 17, I think would be great, honestly, But of course, the fan in me is hoping that we just give up nothing and that we have a shutout victory for a second straight week. I don't know. We'll see with that one. But that's all the time that we have on this episode of the Dome Field Advantage podcast. As you can see on your screen, you can find the podcast on Twitter at Domefield TFN. Go find all Dome Field Advantage podcast stuff along with everybody else at thefanent.com, and go follow them on Twitter, Instagram at thefanent. The rest of the socials are in this YouTube description, whether it's TikTok, Facebook, or any other social media platform that they're on. Go check out all the audio work that this network does, whether we are dropping stuff from World Elite, whether it's stuff that we're dropping here on Dome Field, or anybody, Tim King Show, the Director's Cut, Universal Wrestling Podcast, WrestleBread, everybody that's dropping. If they're doing live streams, they're also dropping audio content as well. So go check that out on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcast, everywhere that you can listen to an audio podcast. Go check them out, as well as our show on audio stuff as well. Right after this show, in less than 30 minutes, the Tim King Show is going live at 7 p.m. Central, doing AEW and WWE Topic Battle Royal. I've been a part of these before. They are a blast, so go check them out. It's going to be a fun one. Usually the Tim King Show does the Dynamite watch-alongs and reviews. Finally, he's bringing back Topic Battle Royal, so I will definitely be tuning in. I'm looking forward to it for sure. And once again, the relaunch, but the Fanatics premiere of SAT Sports is going live at 9 p.m. Central Time. The third member of the World Elite Podcast, Marcus, will be joined by his co-host, Freddie, to be doing just a bunch of topics: NFL, college football, NHL, the MLB postseason. Honestly, you name the sport, they're talking about it. It's going to be fantastic. So do your part and go check out SAT Sports at 9 p.m. Central. Tomorrow got Universal Wrestling Podcast and WrestleBread going on. Friday got the upload of Cage My IQ with UFC Vegas going on this week, and the SmackDown watch along going on Friday. Saturday they got something brewing up, I believe, and then Sunday closing out the week with Outrage Control. Kayla and Dango are going to be going on again. It's going to be fantastic. Looking forward to it. But that's all the time we got. Jordan and I will be back next Wednesday, 6 p.m. Central, same time, same place. Recapping the game against the Texans and previewing the game against who the hell are we playing after the Texans? Jordan, do you know? Because I don't.
No.
Oh, hold on. Wait. Let's see if I can beat you to it. The Jaguars.
All right.
Yes, got the Jaguars in the Superdome. Trevor Lawrence coming. Oh, we got Thursday night football after. It's going to be a short week for the Saints. So we got the Texans on Sunday at 12, and then On Thursday, inside the Superdome, we are hosting Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars inside the Dome, 7:15 Central Time. We're going to have more of a preview because we're going to actually have the full injury report. Guys are going to be rolled out. This is going to be a different type of preview for us. I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be fun. But until next Wednesday, hope everyone has a fantastic Wednesday, a fantastic rest of their week. This weekend is filled with multiple sports. Hockey is back. The Blackhawks got the dub last night. Fantastic game to watch them beat the Pittsburgh Penguins. Soccer is off this week. I think they're on international play this week, so no soccer this week as far as any of the leagues go. NFL, college football, Auburn, LSU inside Tiger Stadium, Saints, Texans. Going to be a fun one. Everyone go enjoy some sports. Enjoy the weekend, and we will see you all next Wednesday. But until then, y'all have a good day, everybody.